Hi and welcome. I am the Scraptastic crocheter and my name is Amanda. Today I want to talk about this gorgeous yarn, and this gorgeous yarn, it's a cake and it's called Cookie. I have this and I have a couple of more colors of the cookie yarn, and I'm gonna talk about these today as well as a sampler piece. But I will start with this gorgeous yellow and black color that we had here in the beginning. Cookie is made by a company called Järbo. That company is a Swedish company, so I'm guessing they are the ones designing the yarn because it's made in India, and it's 100% acrylic yarn. Recommended knitting needles is 5 millimeters, and recommended crochet hook is 4.5 plus 5 millimeters. It's wash on fairly low temperature, 40 degrees Celsius, no tumble dry, and no fabric softener. So lay flat to dry would be my recommendation. This yarn cake is 200 grams and 600 meters, and the color is 46222, and this is a mustard color, and the color names can be found on not their website, or I think they have it on their website, which is yarbo.se, but this yarn is available on hobbii.com. That's HOBBII.com. That's a company that's located in Denmark, but they ship internationally. And I know that to a lot of countries, if you buy a certain amount of yarn, the shipping can be free. And at the moment, there's a Black Week sale. So they have really good prices this week, and I know this cookie yarn is a part of the sale, so it's a lower price this week. But I know that they also have sales that come and go. That's a part of their market strategy, that they have some yarns for sale for a limited time, and then it shifts to another kind of yarn, and sometime it will return to the lower prices on the yarn. So it shifts, but there's always some kind of great deal on their website. But that was mustard, and mustard is a really nice color combination. The shifts and the colors are quite long. You can see a long piece of the darker colors, and here's a long section of the gold, and that will come and go throughout this whole cake. And not all of their colors is like this. I have some example that I will show you really soon. So next color, I will take blueberry. Blueberry is very similar when it comes to the long color changes, and that is a two-tone from the dark to the light. It's a dark blue and a light blue. Really gorgeous colors. And the information on the band here is the same. The color number is 46205. That's basically the only difference. Everything else on the band is the same. The information with washing and needle sizes is the same, as well as also made in India. So this is blueberry. Gorgeous colors. A different kind of color combinations is this one. This is chlorophyll. You can see that the color bursts are, well, there's actually more of a color burst. Here you can see a green, and here's more of an apple green. I guess this is more of an, I would say, emerald, and a lighter green. There is grays, browns, darker, like almost black here, and then you see green. I guess that's almost a beigey brown color. And here's almost a, well, I would say bluish green color. I'm gonna try and slide this band a little bit. Let's see. The colors are, you can see that it's shorter between the color changes, but they are really gorgeous. And this is a lot different since it's these, well, a lot of colors really, compared to the blueberry and the mustard. This chlorophyll. The color number, if I didn't say, 46 to 11. I think this might actually be an older label. Let's see. Does it have other information? It does. It does have their website name. Yeah, they do test for harmful substances, but that's also on the new label, because I'm pretty sure this is an old label. Same washing info. It says for a sweater, I'm guessing this is a full-size sweater. The estimate is about 375 grams for a sweater for an adult, and for a kid, this is, I would say, about 7 or 8 years old, the size, 250 grams, and this is a 200-gram cake, so a little bit more than one cake is needed if you're going for sweaters, even kid size. They have the different, I will actually put the side by side here. Let's see. So the gauge, the information is the same. Yes, it's totally the same. It's the knitting side and the crochet side. The information is just printed differently. And here we actually have what I was missing on this one. They say it's a 5 weight. Well, maybe, like, the yarn is a bit thicker and thinner, so, and the halo, I guess I can see why they would classify it as a 5, but to me it's not really a 5. I would say a 4. And yeah, the information here, they had the information about the length, or the amount of yarn, 200 grams, 600 meters, it's the same. Yeah, so this is how the design is now, and this is just an older version. Yeah, there's nothing else that's different. But here you can see like the long colors and the bursts of colors. Now there is one more color, and that is menthol. And menthol is this gorgeous color. I would say it's teals and turquoise. It's really summery colors to me. I really enjoy these kinds of colors. And here you also have the long color burst, or the long color transitions, and not the burst. And the color is 46-203. This one looks a little bit wonky because it looked like this at the store. You can see that it had a rough start at the store. Someone did tape it, so that's nice. But it looks a little bit of a mess here. Menthol. It makes me think of cough drops. Does it make you think of cough drops? Like the name. Does it look like a big, giant cake cough drop? Who knows? Well, that's an opinion, I guess. Let's see now. I have one more color to show you. I don't have a cake, but I do have a sampler piece. I just need to get it out here. So this is my sampler piece. It's a small, I guess, kid-size shawl, and it's made in the color Meadow, and the Meadow has the number 46209. And Meadow is very similar to the chlorophyll that has a lot of colors, but these color changes are quite long. I think the chlorophyll has shorter pieces in some ways. Maybe they are similar, but I think that some of these color changes are a bit shorter, more bursty than these ones. That there's pretty big chunks of color, at times at least in this one. Here you can see a smaller, shorter little pop of pink. And this color has reds and blues, purples, pink, and gold. And I'm pretty sure that this gold color is the same as the mustard. It looks very similar to me. If you look at this gold and you look at this gold, they are very similar. They might not be the exact same color, but they would really look good next to each other. Like if you would do something with these two. You had a little pop of the gold in here to pick up some of the gold in there. It would look nice together. And I also believe a little bit, at least there's a little hint of blue here, and it does look similar, at least to me. It looks similar to the small pops of blue you can see here and the blue here. Maybe it's easier to see it like this. I didn't cut the strands off here, I didn't fasten it off, but it does. Even though the blue on this part here is combined with a purple color, I do think it's really, really similar in the color. So this could also nicely be combined. You will have small hints and pieces picking up from each other, so I think they would look nice together in maybe a blanket or basically anything. At least I think I would combine this one with either one of them and be happy with the result. So what do I think about this cookie yarn? Well, cookie is really nice, soft acrylic fabric. It does have the halo on the yarn, so frogging can be a bit snaggy. It can also give a really awesome effect. So I don't see anything wrong with having a halo on a yarn. It looks really nice, soft and fluffy. It feels really nice, soft and fluffy. It's just frogging that can be a bit tedious. You have to do it with a little bit of extra care, and it will work perfectly fine to do that. I can show you. I will. Oh, this. I'll just say it. I made this with a 4mm crochet hook, and I don't know the name of the pattern. It was just a random free pattern I found on Ravelry, but I really enjoyed making it. But I made that with a 4mm crochet hook, and the recommended needle size or crochet hook size is 4.5 to 5mm. And since I am fairly of a loose crocheter, I tend to use smaller hooks just because, well, I like stitch definition. But I will show you with the 5mm crochet hook, since that is a recommended size. And I will just loop a bit here. And it's really smooth, it's gliding really nicely. Nothing special about that. I'm just gonna do some single crochets. since this is just a small little tryout piece, I'm not really expecting that much of a color change, but since it is like color bursts or shorter, it goes from this apple green and emerald green, and it has already changed to, I wouldn't say a more dull green, but when you put them next to each other, this first part is more blue. So yeah, there is a bit of a difference. Perhaps I should have gone for my 4mm crochet hook since I'm more comfortable working with it. Or at least I'm more used to working with it, I should say. So 2 rows of single crochets. You can tell here that it does look a little bit bumpier there. And the yarn, it does change a little bit. Like, it is thicker and thinner, and it will show occasionally. Usually not that like really noticeable, but in this case, it, at least to me, it showed a bit. So I'm doing some half double crochets here, and it just goes really smooth. It's also a bit easier now when I have something to actually hold on to. And now you can really see the difference in color. And this is not a big piece, but it's difference in colors. I will also show you how it is to frog it, and we'll see how much of it that snags because of the halo. The fuzz does give a lot of interesting texture to the fabric, so I'm not at all like not liking it. It's just something that you might have to get used to if you do tend to frog a lot, like working intricate patterns and, well, maybe not focusing on what you're doing, watching TV or something, and realizing that you didn't focus enough. Because that happens. Everyone knows that. Now I did some double crochets here, just cause. And I'm really liking to work with this yarn. I'm gonna frog it now and see. It works pretty good. It will snag at some point, that's for sure. I did crochet loosely. There we have a snag, and it's easily fixed. the tighter the crochet, the easier it will snag. That's something I've noticed. Maybe it would have snagged more if I'd used my trusted 4mm crochet hook. But I'm happy with the result. You see here, it snags. And pull at it a little bit, or tug. And it does come undone fairly easy. Okay, now I had to work with it a little bit. But it does let go. Eventually. Okay, now it's stuck a little bit more. And now it's all done. So that's all I had to show you today. The awesome cookie in the gorgeous colors. And it's really nice and fluffy. I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope that you will come back for more. See ya!